Hi, welcome back to the Wild Gourmet Show. I'm Lee Gray, your host. We've been cleaning the cattails and went out and picked some nice cattails, and we're still in the process of cleaning, so I'm going to cut back to that and finish that cleaning process, and then we're going to bring them in the kitchen and show you how to cook them. So I'm heating up some pots here, getting them ready to cook, and we'll be back with you in a few moments. Stick around. All you people that are into raw foods, just try eating some of these. You'll like them. They're nice, tasty textures. Something to get. Anyway, when you get to that point, you can just start eating those smaller pieces like that. Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and clean some of those. Just peel them back. And I just put them in some water. Get a few more of these done here like this. I'd like to talk about quality of water when you're picking these. One thing about Cattail Shoots, they are a water purifier. So they process all the water that they're in, and you can actually take the swamp water and they'll actually clean it up. So they're really good for the environment in that way. And the only bad thing about that is you wouldn't want to eat them then, because of course they're going to have all the toxins and everything that's in the water is going to be in your cattails. They have a tendency to keep all those in the water. That's why they purify the water, because they get rid of all the toxins that are in the water. So when you're picking cattails for eating purposes, you want to make sure you find a good water source. Really important, because you can get all sorts of things, pollutants, and especially farm animals. You don't want to pick them near farm animals, because then you're going to get nematodes that are in the plants or in the water. You can get all sorts of stuff. You can even get giardia, especially by eating them raw. So if the water source is not good and there's lots of beavers in the water, you could get giardia just from eating the cattails, because the germ is going to be inside of the moisture of the plant. So make sure that when you go pick cattails, and it's a really good water source. I try to find a good natural spring coming into an area, creates a little water spot, and then I go in there and I pick that cattails in a spot like that, and then you should be safe. But as you can see, they're pretty easy to harvest, and they're pretty easy. The biggest thing is kind of labor intensive, because you got to do all this cleaning beforehand before using, but it's worth the time and the effort. You can get a lot of product and feed a lot of people on them. So get out there and pick some cattails. So I think it's really interesting that cattail has so many different flavors. So far now that I talked to you about, we have coffee from the core of the roots. We have a golden flower from the spikes, like I showed you, and it has more of a nut-like flavor. The shoots taste like cucumbers when they're raw, and then they taste like artichokes when they're cooked. And then, of course, the spikes taste like corn also. So you get quite a few different flavors and uses out of the cattail. That's why it says it's really a widely used plant, and especially in the Native American culture. Finish cutting these up and slicing them up. I'll show you how I make them ready for market. Then we'll go in the kitchen and cook them. So all I do is I like to cut them, let's see, probably about 7-8 inches long. Cut them on the diagonal like that, so they have a nice pointed end. Makes a nice looking product. And I do about 36 to a bunch. When I was the executive chef at the Spanish Head here in Lincoln City quite a few years ago, I used to just take one and mix it in with the regular vegetables and kind of lay it across the plate. It was very avant-garde looking and treated a lot of people. Some people didn't want to eat them at all, but a lot of people really enjoyed them, and they looked really cool on the plate. So do them in a salad, the best way to do it is just cut them in rounds like this. And they look really nice as like a cucumber salad, like I said. You can see how nice those look. And they're real easy to eat too, just like little poppers in there. Like, just pop them in your mouth and eat them. Oh. Good stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to doing some more of those. I just take them and sit and wash them really good like that. Make sure they're really nice and clean. Take like a plastic grocery bag. And I just count them out to 36. 12 at a time. 6, 10, 12. There's 36. That's what I do for a bag. 36 in a bag is pretty good, I think. Stand them all up together, kind of bundle them. And you do that. Since they are a water plant, you refrigerate them just like this, a little bit of water. They'll keep pretty much close to about a week. About 5 days, they start getting a little yellow at the bottom. But you can just go ahead and cut off that yellowish part. And there you go. One nice bag of cattail shoots. All ready to go. And they're yummy. That's how I sell them to the restaurants. Let's go to the kitchen. I'll finish bagging these up and we'll go in the kitchen. I'll show you how to cook them. Okay, we got those cattails all clean. As I showed you, we got them in a nice bag and we're all ready to rock and roll here. I've got some water going and we're going to use a little pot with steaming pot. We're going to actually put the steamer in there. We're not going to boil these. Boiling always takes the flavor out of everything and we want to steam the flavors in, not cook them out. So we're just going to steam these lightly till they're done. It'll only be about 2 or 3 minutes steaming once that water's up and running really good. I've picked the smaller bag here for right now. We're going to do about 24 of these. Okay, we've got our water steaming really good now. We're going to just go ahead and drop those right into the steamer. And while that's going, I'm going to get our chilling bowl out. Add that in the freezer, keep it nice and cold. All it is just a little water and some ice. Get it nice and cold, because when those get done, we're just going to drop them in there and chill them down and shock them. Give them a little shock bath, just chill them down real fast. You could let them just chill naturally and then stick them in the refrigerator and let them chill, but this chills them down and then you're ready to use them right away. Now they're starting to get a really nice pretty color. See that? Okay, our cattails are steaming pretty good right now, so we're going to take those out and we're going to put them in the water bath. On a towel to dry them off a little bit, otherwise it gets your marinade really all wet. Too much water in there. Little water's okay. And there's one. I get that piece. That's good. Yep, they definitely have that artichoke flavor now. Remember I told you when they're fresh, they taste like cucumbers. And when you cook them, then they taste more like artichoke hearts. Nice and tender. Alright. Now we're just going to add a little olive oil. And you could use any kind of vinegar you want, but I like this rice wine vinegar. It gives it a nice, unusual, little better flavor for me that I like. Could even throw a little soy sauce in there, but we're going more other way in flavor, so we're going to do some Italian seasoning with it. And I'm going to chop up just a little bit of watercress. Put that in there. Okay, now we're just going to mix that up by hand. That's the best thing to do. Then we're going to get our plate, and we're just going to arrange those on the plate. Now what I like to do is I kind of like just do them like this, kind of fan them, just do big mounds of them like that. I've served these for several hundred people at a time before, and everybody just, I didn't tell them what they were eating. They just could not believe it when I told them they were eating. Marinated cattail shoots. Now we're going to decorate that plate with a little bit of this nice fresh watercress here that we picked. Went to my secret watercress place. Got a bunch of nice big leaf stuff. It looks beautiful, huh? Picked a couple of nice pretty delicate flowers to go on there. Add a little color. You only want to use edible flowers, of course. And there we go. Another beautiful, lovely plate. Well, thanks for joining us. It's been another exciting episode of the Wild Gourmet Show. I hope you get out there and pick yourself some cattails and amaze all your friends with a wonderful new edible, delectable wild food you can pick yourself. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, this is Lee Gray.